Okay, so AI is the core technology, and then the enablers, how um, AI is utilized is through big data, blockchain, drones, and robotics. So these technology or these applications, these applications utilize the core technology, the core AI technology, in order to perform their tasks. So the first one is big data. So big data is large volumes of structured and unstructured data that need to be transmitted at very fast speeds. Okay, so with the lowering cost of technology, we can now um, capture a lot of unstructured data, not only just the structured data such as transactions, organization transactions, but also other data that are less structured, which are typically not entered into transaction processing systems. Examples include consumer shopping habits, social media activity, okay, which which social media page do you visit, whether you have indicated with thumbs up or you have liked those posts, what are the responses you get, messaging, and so on. So your interaction with social media pages, all that is now being captured and stored as big data. Your web browsing history, your search history, all those are now recorded in big data. Previously, these things, because of the cost of storing data, those information are seldom kept. But now, these are easily kept and easily available. Insights gleaned from big data can inform business strategies. Organizations may use these big data coming from both structured and unstructured data. Um, they can use them to form their strategies. Companies have unprecedented access to vast amounts of data, and because of that, there is more concern for consumer privacy, because when consumers interact with websites or online with organizations, their personal data, their credit card information, their banking information, all these are kept, and now there is a problem of privacy. Their information is being kept by organizations, and this follows on with ethical issues about how the data is shared. Okay, how these data that is being kept by organizations to facilitate transactions, these data are now in the is the prerogative of the organization that collects it. They may share they may share that information with other businesses that are not in transaction with the consumer, and they may also use these data for other purposes, other than the facilitation of the original transaction. Okay, so these creates issues. They create misuse of data that was collected through otherwise consented transaction. The next enabler of big data is of AI is blockchain. It is Blockchain is a decentralized record keeping technology that stores an immutable record of data blocks over time. So it is a decentralized record keeping technology. So primarily, the original concept of record keeping is that when transactions occur, record is kept centralized in a single database. Okay, but in blockchain, when transactions occur, the data is kept at a lot of places. Okay, um, and therefore because the data is kept at a lot of places with multiple copies, then it increases transparency and security, because if security in terms of, if there is someone that tries to corrupt the data, but there are other places of the there are other storages of the similar data which can be used to refute the change, the unauthorized changes. Okay, because there are many records of the same thing. It lowers the risk of cyber attacks. It improves supply chains and food safety because it allows the tracking of changes to data. It allows tracking of all the transactions on a similar on one object. It creates an audit trail, protects consumers and business from fraud, and it protects individual privacy. And but ledgers cannot stop corrupt individuals from adding fraudulent information. There are still possibility that corrupt individuals will try to add fraudulent information into the blockchain. Some type of blockchain compliance and control is therefore necessary, and centralization could cause issues. Next is drones. Drones are unmanned aerial devices. You have um, devices, or you have yeah, devices that can fly, which are not manned, meaning there are no pilots on those flying devices, but rather they are controlled either remotely or they run on their own. They are smart enough to fly on their own. Okay, so drones can be programmed with AI. Drones reduces the risk to employee health and safety by performing dangerous tasks, which are so those certain tasks which are otherwise need to be done by human beings. With the advent of drones, these tasks can be replaced by drones, and therefore we are able to reduce the risk of these people in terms of health and safety, because they do not need to do those things physically themselves, but they can send the drones to do them, to do those work. Okay, so there is a lot of help in this case. We can reduce the risk on employee. um, With drones, we can extend geographic reach of a business, for example, by delivery of goods through drones. Protection of consumer privacy when surveillance is in use needs to be considered. Though the problem with drones is that when they fly, they may may invade some consumer privacy, because usually drones, they have cameras, and there is a possibility that they collect, the cameras will capture things, or otherwise people they will capture images that people do not actually want to be captured. Okay, and therefore this is invasion of consumer privacy. Therefore this needs to be considered on how to control this, so that there is no unethical issue of invading privacy of people. So robotics. Okay, robotics can perform. So this slide is about robotics. Robots. Robots can perform human-like actions and carry out custom tasks, either in manufacturing. So they can do physical things that otherwise humans do, and but they can be programmed to do more, with more capability, more strength than humans, faster than humans, more accurate than humans. Okay, so they are very much more effective and efficient than humans in carrying out certain physical tasks. They can be programmed with AI to also learn, reason, use language, formulate original ideas as well. and with robots, it may lead to job loss, but also however, it increased needs for workers skilled in application of AI technologies to program and control the robots, and safety is a concern. Therefore, an issue or an area that people have looked at is robo ethics or machine ethics, where it is concerned with the design and implementation of a code of conduct that must be programmed into the artificial intelligence of a robot. So it's a new field is coming up where people are pushing towards, whenever robots are created, these robots must be programmed with a set of code of conducts, and this is now being pursued.